What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Finding the Fantastic. I'm your host, Colleen. Really, I'm just this person trying to relate to life with you because we're all going through it. I'm not trying to come off as some expert or knowledge specialist or better, richer, faster, more powerful, whatever, man. You know all those people that talk through a mic or to a screen on social media and they're like, oh, I've got the answer. I've got the solution. This is how you do it. I'm not trying to do that. I'm basically out there just trying to relate, saying, I'm going through it, you're going through it. We all did the commute thing. Some of us did the mom thing. Some of us did the dad thing. Some of us did the work thing. Okay? We're all just doing that thing called life. And quite frankly, we're trying to find something fantastic in all of it. We're trying to break the stereotype that is society saying we have to exist and do things in a certain order and way. Enough of it. Why is that the case? Why do we have to do things the way that life and society dictates? So Finding the Fantastic is influencing society into breaking the stereotype. That was very eloquently put, I think. I quite enjoyed that saying there. I'll have to go back and rewatch me. Anyways, for real, today, can we talk about how people think differently? Like, in nature, people think differently. There is no possible way that all of us humans think the exact same way, right? Like, we all think differently. Then why does society require us all to think the same? I think diversity in the way we think is incredibly important. I mean, it could just be because I got learning disabilities. Your girl got the learning disabilities, and I'm like, let's think with this brain and this way. But for real, if we allow everybody to think differently and have opinions differently, do you know how much more we could impact society? But no, we're too busy trying to say, well, you are doing it wrong. You are doing it wrong and pointing the finger at who's doing this right, who's doing this wrong. I do stuff all the time. I post stuff on LinkedIn. Okay, I'm just giving a scenario here, okay? So LinkedIn is a professional social networking site, right? Whatever. I post stuff on there that some people would say is not professional enough. And I'm sitting there going, who are you to judge? Who set up those rules? It's my account. Why can't I do it a certain way? I don't understand why people put rules and regulations on things. It really, really bothers me. My whole GarageBand's about to crash that I'm recording this podcast on. No, I think it still went. I think it's still going. Anyways, why do people put rules? Oh, people say you have to podcast a certain way. Oh my gosh, I encountered this one guy. So I've been podcasting for March will be a year. Oh my God, it's a year. Happy birthday, me and the podcast. This is a 1 year. This is a 1 year official podcast. I've been podcasting for a year, right? And a couple weeks ago, this chick started asking me about podcasting and asking different things. Well, there's this dude there who was starting his own podcast. He was starting it up. Instead of letting me answer, or he let me answer, first he had to answer before me. And I was like, whatever, man, just go ahead, float your own boat. But then when I answered how I think podcasting, how I do podcasting, and different advice I was giving, he told me I was completely wrong. Oh, you can't do it that way. Oh, you have to edit it this way. You can't do it that way. That's not the right way to do it. And I'm like, I'm sorry, who made you the podcast king? Who said you were the ones who set all the rules and I had to follow them? I'm a bit of a rebel anyways. I don't want to follow your rules. I mean, I just don't understand that. People are so busy out there trying to be this expert in their career, expert in life. Can we not be an expert? Aren't you guys tired? Aren't you tired of always trying to be number one, A+ on the machine, the best one out there? I know I get tired. I don't try to come off like some kind of expert because I'm not. I'm just trying to do this thing called life. I'm just trying to survive it. I'm trying to find ways. I think the one thing, let's bring it back together and focus, Colleen, here. So for me, I do struggle with wanting to prove myself and be better and better and better. And I get caught up into that stereotype. But I think if I stop and I breathe and I look back on it, it's more important for me to find ways to self-express than it is to be the best and the most popular. If I go into a room and I am not the best whatever, but I am the most self-expressed of who I am and comfortable, then I'm like, I win. Winner, winner, chicken dinner for me. And I don't think enough of us do that. Enough of us are so busy in trying to be the best out of a normality of regular people that we forget that you are literally the best you. And I don't mean to sound like stupid cliche-like, right? I'm just saying, try to find a way to express yourself and love you going into a room. That's how you're going to be confident. Trust, don't be the subject matter expert. Don't be the prettiest. Don't be the smartest. This is a big ocean, right? That's the saying, right? A big ocean. Anyways, like, stop trying to be that best person and start finding ways to self-express. Let people think differently, okay? I have learning disabilities. And it took me for a long time to realize how awesome it was that I had learning disabilities, because I literally think completely differently. And it is high time companies and corporations and academies and things like that started respecting us for the way we think about stuff and realizing that we bring a lot of value by the way we think differently. I'm sorry if everybody walks into a room and thinks that they have to do everything this way. You're going to get a benefit out of me walking to a room because I'm going to do it a completely different way. And by the way, that doesn't mean I'm wrong. That just means I think differently. The world needs diversity in our thinking. The world needs diversity in our people and who we are. But we got to appreciate ourselves first in our own diversity. Anyways, that was a lot. I feel like I didn't take a breath in one moment of that. Anyways, happy 1 year anniversary to Finding the Fantastic. I just realized that now. I'm going to go. But for real, can you share this? Share the podcast. Do me a favor. Share this video. Share the podcast. Comment on it. Let's just start viewing life differently and letting people think differently. Let's say that's okay. Let's start doing that and change the world, because I know we can change the world. Okay? All right, I got to go. Bye.